I don't care what you wear. Just go and show up to the game, and we'll be there. That's all I was telling him.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty embarrassing that he was wearing, all Raiders gear, but you got to do what you got to do. Oh, hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome in to the Warzone Sports Network. We're live talking about trending topics tonight. I'm here with my friend Joe Morley. Joe, how have you been?
I'm doing good. Mike. I haven't seen you in a while, and I've noticed you put the hat on, but your hair is growing, Mike. You're getting some long hair.
Yeah, I have a deal with the Raiders fans. I'm going to let my hair grow until February. If the Chargers are in the Super Bowl, the hair stays. If the Chargers don't make the Super Bowl, I'm going bald.
So you're saying we could see you bald by week 8?
No. I'm going to keep miracles in mind. So even if the Chargers miss the playoffs, I'm going to stretch this thing out until the night after the Super Bowl.
Well, so even say something dramatic happens, Mike. And the Chargers end up 0-10. You would still go, nope, I'm keeping this.
Yeah, you never know. Are we mathematically eliminated?
So you're keeping it until mathematically done.
I don't know. I think that it would be kind of funny to also because I want to try and go to the Super Bowl. So if I'm able to go to the Super Bowl, it'd be funny to shave it there in the parking lot or something. Make a good video out of it too.
What if you just do it like our boy We Hoopin', and just the whole time be like, the Chargers are still in it. It was the refs versus the Chargers, and they're gonna move. Rumor has it they're gonna take whoever's in the Super Bowl and take them out and put the Chargers in there.
I think We Hoopin' was pretending that the Chiefs were the Ravens. I think.
Yeah.
I think that he was actually pretending that was he was making stuff up at that point. Yeah, I'll have to figure something out to stretch it out. But yeah,
anything to keep that hair for a couple more weeks.
I mean, there isn't really much to worry about because the Chargers are going to win the AFC. So, and then I'm clear. It's all they got to do is make it to the Super Bowl. They don't even got to win the whole thing.
Yeah. What's up, Morris? 999.
Packers fan. Packers fan. You're a big fan of the Packers.
We can talk about the if you want.
We could talk about the Packers, you said?
Yeah. Hey, Mike, have you done the app? Before we get into what we need to talk to, have you done the app? I think it's Snapchat or maybe TikTok has the thing now that shows what you look like bald.
Yes. I have not released that image yet. Maybe I should, huh? Hey, this is what I could possibly look like if the Chargers don't make the Super Bowl.
Do you want me to look like this? We're no, we don't want you to look like that. You look like crap.
I got fooled into this bet by Raiders fans, so I'm going to have to try and fool the Raiders fans a way out somehow. Offer them maybe putting on a jersey or something. Oh, there you go.
I forgot that I had this one. But that could be you, Mike, right there.
Where did you get that?
I did it when we first started up, so it's been a couple years. I got you, and we got our friend Tony Tucker. So I did it, and then if everybody remembers Kevin.
Oh, Kevin with the bald head. Yeah.
So I don't remember. I think we were having a meeting or bullcrap talking. So there you go. We're just because I mean, you remember when we first started up, and sometimes we still do it. We just sit there and we're all hey, what are you guys doing right now? We just sit there and talk. Have fun watching a game or something. So I think it was one of those.
That's kind of what we're here to do now. We already have our first question. Thoughts on who will be the Packers wide receiver 1? He thinks it's going to be Christian Watson. Joe, who do you think is going to be?
Sammy the Man Watkins. They didn't bring that guy in here for no reason. He's going to dominate.
I think it's going to be Allen Lazard. Allen Lazard has the most chemistry with Rodgers. And if you go and watch Allen Lazard tape, he's actually a pretty fine wide receiver. He's not an elite guy, but he's really well-rounded. You go and look at Gabriel Davis in Buffalo and what he did for the Bills at the end of the year last year. I think Allen Lazard is a similar level receiver to Gabe Davis. So it's Lazard. If Gabe Davis out here scoring 4 touchdowns in the Chiefs' sorry-ass defense, then Lazard can do it.
Yeah, and then you have Randall Cobb, of course, has a connection with them already, too. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The only thing, Randall Cobb's good, and it's not – but if it was Randall Cobb back in the day, yeah. But Randall, I could see him relying a little bit more on Randall Cobb at the beginning of the season just because of the connection they have. I mean, he basically brought Randall Cobb back, right, just for him.
Yeah, I think Cobb will start. Last year, he got like a lot of like just gadget play, come in for this formation. I think Cobb will start out of the slot for them with Christian Watson outside and Allen Lazard outside. I think that's actually what they're going to do. So Cobb's going to be more involved. It's just whether or not he still can do it. Cobb was a weapon back in the day. He was perfect to pair up with a guy like Jordy Nelson.
And I'm trying to think of was it Amari Rodgers or one of them that came out and said, why can't he be the number one wide receiver? It was somebody like low on the depth chart last year that's coming out saying, I'm going to be the number one wide receiver.
Equimania St. Brown.
Hey, good for you. If Aaron Rodgers is as great as people say he is, and if he's the only reason Devontae Adams is good, right? That's what a lot of people are saying. A lot of Packer fans and Aaron Rodgers truthers are saying Aaron Rodgers made Devontae Adams. Then it doesn't matter who it is. Then all these guys will be great this year.
Allen Lazard.
Yeah. So
I mean, Christian Watson, second-round wide receiver, just like Devontae Adams. But I think there's a big difference between Watson and Devontae Adams. Not that Watson isn't a talented guy, and they were talking about him going to the first round to other teams as well. But I feel like Watson has a lot more development to do than Devontae needed when he came in. And Devontae still needed some development. So
are the same brothers.
Devontae also came into a perfect situation where he can be like a third wide receiver for a couple years and then take over. Watson is going into an empty wide receiver core. I still think that they might take Julio Jones out the free agency market.
They are brothers. They
could do it. Oh, here we go. Sports Heinz Dude show.
Yeah, we got to get to that one.
Yeah, this is exactly
what we're here for.
Oh, there's another question. We'll answer this first. Thoughts on who's starting in San Fran? I'm assuming he's talking about quarterbacks. It's going to be Trey Lance. Jimmy G's not going to be on the team. He's going to get cut or he's going to get traded. One of the two. You can't invest as much as they have in Trey Lance and sit him again. There's no way. They got to put him out there.
Well, Matt Corral, no, he won't.
Why would he request
He has no leverage. He's a rookie.
Trade where? God damn. Matt Corral. Everyone is such a big fan of Matt Corral when he wasn't the best quarterback out of the class.
And he dropped so far in the draft. If anybody wanted him, they would have took him.
Yeah, yeah. You think so?
All he has to do is hope that those two quarterbacks, because he's playing behind, he's gonna play behind Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, right? Mm-hmm. And those two have led the NFL in interceptions, or have the most interceptions in like the last 3 or 4 years combined. So I think Baker's number one, Sam Darnold's number two, if you add them up.
Yeah, and so combined.
He could sit there and just wait for his turn.
Exactly. I think his best bet is to try and wait it out. And PJ Walker's there as well. All right, here we go. This is one of the main topics of the show. We wanted to talk about this because we haven't gotten onto microphones since this happened yet. But basically what happened, Joe, is Zach Wilson's best friend from college posted a photo with a mysterious woman. This woman was rumored to be Zach Wilson's ex-girlfriend. So when everyone brought it up and everyone was freaking out, we thought that was it, that Zach Wilson's ex-girlfriend was now dating this guy who's on the Commanders now and was Zach Wilson's teammate last year. But that wasn't the end of it. Zach Wilson's ex-girlfriend wanted to look like the genius out of the group and released some information via an Instagram comment that was done very spontaneously. She did not plan a way to let this information out. But basically she said that the reason that she left Zach Wilson for this guy is because Zach Wilson slept with his college teammate and best friend's mom, cheating on his ex-girlfriend and cheating on his best friend with his mom. And now the situation is the girl's with the guy, the mom's with Zach Wilson, and everything has become kind of a little bit of a legend. And I think that Zach Wilson is becoming one of the NFL fan base's favorite quarterbacks.
Well, Zach Wilson came out today and he posted it on Instagram. He goes, "Sorry, was out somewhere practicing with the boys, getting ready for camp. I had bad reception. Did I miss anything?" So he's making light of it. And I don't know, these memes, have been some of the best I've seen on the internet, and it's amazing because everybody expected backlash on Zach Wilson for what he did, But the internet wins again, Mike, and everybody's backing him. MVP odds for Zach Wilson is going up. People are putting more money on Zach Wilson than they're putting on Tom Brady right now to win the MVP for the upcoming season. Like, you know how it is. There's a joke out there. People run with it, and that's what they're doing with Zach Wilson. But, hey, me personally, some of my friends have had some hot moms, Mike. Hot moms, if they would have just said the word. No, I'm just kidding. Just say the word, Mike. No, I mean, I don't know. The dude went to BYU. You thought you were bringing somebody in that was not going to cause issues or not going to cause it, but you needed I don't know, Mike. It's a situation that I'm laughing about because they thought he was going to be like that wholesome guy, but this right here. Zach Wilson needed to do something to win that locker room, and he won the locker room. He won the locker room. Like, his teammates are the first ones out there on Twitter calling him the GOAT. The GOAT, Mike.
The GOAT. The GOAT. And Morris is saying that it wasn't his friend's mom, it was his mom's friend. Whichever way you twist it, it's still a mom, right?
The report I'm reading, and everybody's saying that, the report I'm reading, it's his friend's mom, his best friend, and what was it? The wide receiver from BYU.
Yeah, and he's on the Commanders, I think now.
Yeah, that's
crazy.
Wilson.
It's crazy that he's in the NFL, and out of all of this, I still don't even know his name. I still don't even know his name through all of this reporting that's been going on around this. Zach.
But Wilson. I know everybody's making jokes about it because they're like, Zach Wilson, when his mom's friends come over, is like, dang, what's up? Like, checking them all out, and like none of them are safe.
There was even more reports that Zach has a history with older women. So this is not a shock to people close to Zach. This is just a shock to the rest. This is very Joe Namath-esque. Very Joe Namath-esque. Joe Namath would do something like this back in the day, back in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah. This is the Broadway.
Yeah, the Broadway lifestyle right there. Oh, man. Well, if his friend over at the Commanders is ever talking smack about stealing his girl, then Zach can tell him to shut up. Don't talk to your dad that way.
Yeah, because it says Zach Wilson appears to respond to allegations that he slept with his mom's best friend, or his mom's best friend. So now this one's saying his mom's best friend.
What is going on?
So hey, either way, his friend's best mom, which is more of a dirtbag move, but it happens, or his mom's best friend. Either way, somebody's not happy with them, but everybody else is happy with them.
At Spencer Davidson, he was sleeping with his mom's best friend. That's the real homie Hopper. Okay, well, if he slept with his mom's best friend, then his ex and his old best friend, who took his ex, are now suddenly back on the chopping block again. They didn't get one-upped, so they have no reason to be together.
And it says right here, if Zach Wilson rumors are true, it'll mark the first time the Jets have scored over 40 since 2018.
That's 4 years.
And then Chad Johnson put out there.
Is he the franchise? Is he the franchise quarterback or what?
Yeah, Zach Johnson tweeted out there, Zach Wilson is the GOAT. DK Metcalf said confirmed.
Confirmed. Okay, DK. He's in a contract dispute right now. Get your ass to New York then. What are you waiting for? I've been wanting the Jets to get a receiver all offseason, and they just keep missing on every single damn trade. Y'all in New York, y'all the New York Jets, get a damn receiver in there.
Who is this? Let's see. I don't know.
Don't tell me Deontay Johnson and Deebo Samuel are commenting on it too, because they're also people that should be going to New York.
Yeah, so whoever who's big ticket on the Jets?
It's a good question.
Let's see. So it's going to be Becton. So Mekhi Becton tweeted out there, and he said, "That's my quarterback. That's my quarterback." So he's excited about it.
Better protect your quarterback, Mekhi.
Sauce Gardner's happy. On that same quote that said Zach Wilson is the GOAT, Elijah Mitchell said no cap. Garrett Wilson came out and said, wait till you touch down, dog. You're gonna love him.
They're probably all there because he's out of town doing whatever he said he was doing, and they're all there reacting to it, and they all know that he's out of town. They're like, he's just like gonna come back to this storm of media, this storm of hype. Someone had to tell him, like, bro,
you've done that, Mike. I'm just saying.
That's a good one.
Out there.
I've seen so many of these Drake memes, and that might be one of the best ones I've ever seen. This picture is going around the whole entire internet right now.
Is Zach Wilson getting ready for his mom's book club? Like, yeah. So this is one. That's my quarterback.
Oh, that's good. Zach.
This is one of my favorites. This is all the dads in the neighborhood when Zach Wilson comes to see his mom's friend. Remember this? And when he was in college,
Chandler is a line.
Lock up your moms. Don't let him out the house. Zach
and
Wilson.
I've seen that one. Hide your kid or hide your moms, hide your wives. Zach Wilson's coming. I don't know. It's one of those things that I'm going to say that every male, I don't know, maybe females go through the same thing. But there's always that point where you're growing up and you're like, you see one of your friends has that hot mom. There was like we had a guy on our football team, and his mom would always come to our football practice, and she would always sit there, and everybody's like, hey, there's your mom. What's up? Tell her we said hi. And Zach Wilson was the guy, or that took it to that next level, or
took the next appropriate steps. Inky said he's so happy to be here, happy to join and see the Zach Wilson story at first. Yeah, Inky. We're doing kind of a trending topic thing. So if you want to drop anything in the chat, please do for us to talk about. But Zach Wilson for MVP is the first thing.
And his mom came out and said something too, right?
Might want to keep your mom off the streets. He said he lives near
your mom came out and said something too about like she just posted like a blank screen that said she had a bunch of hot friends or something like
that. So she's playing into it. This is very funny to her as well. I'm glad we have like the wherewithal and the presence and the awareness that you did not need to come out and like apologize or anything for this. This was going to be a joke that's going to go on for the rest of Wilson's career. Now we're going to look back at this and be like, remember when Zach Wilson did, so-and-so's mom?
Zach Wilson already scoring before the season begins, Mike. And that's all you can ask for, right? This is the starting quarterback of the New York Football Giants, who didn't have a great rookie year, had a bunch of negative stuff. Everybody questioning how he was going to do going into the season. And now everybody's bowing down to him and saying, Zach Wilson's the GOAT. He won over the locker room, and you know how much that won. Now people want to play for him. They're going to go to the huddle, and he's going to be like, hey, dude, start performing or tell your mom what's up.
He said if you see Zach anywhere near his mom, he's calling Josh Allen. I don't know if Josh Allen could stop him. Oh, man. Here we go. We got another.
He said I said Giants. Either way, I was just watching I got the Giants on my head because I was just watching Sneaky G Man. You know who that is?
Really? Yeah, I do.
His YouTube channel before he started. So
earlier today, I was thinking about the Giants too because I was watching a video about the Bill Belichick mistake where he was congratulating Brian Daboll on getting the new head coaching job. Did you hear about that story?
Yeah, the whole
Brian. Yeah, he sent it to the wrong Brian, and then Brian did some digging and figured out the Miami Dolphins were scheming, the Giants were scheming, all these teams were scheming. It turned into a lawsuit, and Bill probably didn't lose a single minute of sleep over that.
Well, they said that Belichick did it on purpose.
He did
because to take down the Miami Dolphins and to go back after Tom Brady.
Think about it. I was thinking about this earlier too, and I might make a conspiracy that he did it on purpose. Because he screwed not only the Dolphins, he screwed Tom Brady in this situation, and it stopped some big moves Tom Brady was making. And he screwed the New York Giants over because they're included in this lawsuit now too. So 3 of his nemesises, all in one mistaken text to Brian Flores. But he couldn't have known that Flores was going to be like, all right, I'm suing then. Maybe he could have thought about starting some drama between all these people, and he's not involved. Bill's not involved in the drama even 1 ounce because he's only just sending a congratulations message. But he couldn't have expected Brian Flores. But all right, I'm suing.
Yeah,
because that made it much bigger.
Is he a rat or a genius? I don't know.
Or is he just old and he's got everyone saved as Brian that he's met named Brian in his contacts?
Yeah, and that how I mean, that's like Tony Tucker and his phone contacts, right? That has to be like Tony, like Brian's in there somewhere. It's Bill Belichick has it as Brian 1, Brian 2, Brian 3. He doesn't know who it is. He just pushes a button. He didn't put his glasses on that day or something. I don't know. Like, how do you mix that up? Brian Daboll, Brian Flores.
How many coaches and players named Brian do you think Bill Belichick has coached with or been a coach of a player named Brian? I mean, we're talking hundreds of Brians, possibly.
Yeah, he just has them all. But think about what one text message, that one text message that Belichick sent out, Mike, could have, if he didn't send that out, it could have it could have stopped a lot of things. Because according to that was what woke Brian Flores up, started his lawsuit with the Miami Dolphins, which stopped Tom Brady from going to the Dolphins, which stopped Sean Payton going to the Dolphins, which could have stopped the Tyreek Hill trade or did something there, which would Tyreek Hill could still be on the Chiefs, or would they have took the Jets trade and Tyreek Hill would be on the Jets right now? So many different, and what's his name would still be coaching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bruce Arians. So the one text message, Mike, Bill Belichick, rat or genius?
And Baker Mayfield would be a Buccaneer or Jimmy Garoppolo, one of the two.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that out there too. I mean, we're bouncing back and forth, but I saw that too. I saw a thing that said the Buccaneers are going to trade for Jimmy G. Bullshit, bullshit. Mike, me and you talked about this the other day with Tony. There ain't no way the Buccaneers put Jimmy G and Tom Brady back together.
What if Brady's pulling these strings and it's kind of like a flex a little bit?
San Francisco picked Jimmy G over Tom Brady, and Tom Brady has come out and said it. What did he say, Mike? What was the quote?
You're going to take that motherfucker over me? But what I'm saying is maybe Brady is scheming and he's GMing a little bit to get Jimmy G over so that way he can put Kyle Trask on the depth chart over him.
That way he can just be like, hey, Jimmy, carry my pads out to the practice field right now.
Yeah. You're looking good, by the way.
Yeah. Hey, you want me to help you? You want me to get you another ring, Jimmy?
And Tom Brady's become a little bit of a savage. I don't know if you watched the match. He was roasting everybody. And there's nothing anyone can say back to him. He can just stand from his throne and throw insults down.
You know, like when you do something stupid and your homies are making fun of you and you have no comeback because all they're saying is true, that would be like Tom. That's what Tom Brady's doing. Like, he's so good, he could say whatever he wants, and you can't say nothing back to him.
What are you going to say? What are you going to say? He called Josh Allen fat at the match. He's like, you're looking a little chubby, Josh. Like, what is Josh going to say back when avocado ice cream says that to you?
But I want to see Tom Brady try to call out my boy, Zach Wilson.
Oh, then we got to
know who's the same age as Zach Wilson's mom's best friend? Giselle.
Goat versus goat in that situation.
Tom Brady, all your friends that you hang out with are the same age as Zach Wilson's mom's best friend, so you better watch out.
So basically, like Tom Brady's high school classmates.
They're all on Zach Wilson's chopping block.
He's got a list. It scrolls out when he opens it up. Oh, man.
Before we move on, Mike, let me go right back to the Jets thing one more time, Zach Wilson. If I want to see if this translates to the season, because sometimes trends happen of how many older women start rooting for the Jets this year.
I don't know. And if we see them in the crowd, the camera better be zooming in.
Yeah. Because I did see a lot of things on Twitter and stuff where people are going, hey, I'm a single mom. Oh, what's up?
Yeah, that's a real market that he can get into. Maybe you should get like a product out there that's focused towards that demographic. I was going
to say, there has to be a sponsorship that's going to go off of this, right?
Yeah, or he can do a commercial like a mature woman dating site or something. All right, let's talk about this. Did you see the Lamar Jackson Twitter beef? This is very dumb, but we'll talk about it really quickly. Lamar Jackson and
Pollard.
Bernard. I kept thinking Poland. I couldn't think of his name. Bernard Pollard, right? Former safety and corner for the Ravens, were beefing on Twitter. Pollard was talking trash about Lamar not being in the top 10, which he's not a player anymore. He's basically a fan of the sport, just like you and me. So just like me and you might talk about the top 10 list, Joe, and not having Lamar Jackson on it. He's talking about it. And I'm a big Lamar defender, but I'm not defending Lamar in this situation.
Yeah, you're a huge
Lamar goes after Pollard on Twitter. He's just basically saying, like, I don't even know your name, basically like crowning himself a goat or a god, and this guy shouldn't even say a word to him because of his status, which I don't agree with for NFL players to do either. So this situation's weird now, where Joe Flacco versus Lamar Jackson comparison is going down. Which guy do you think is rated higher, Joe Flacco or Lamar Jackson? Keep in mind that Joe Flacco won a Super Bowl, and Joe Flacco was a part of some of the best Ravens football in Ravens franchise history. I'm not saying that Joe Flacco is necessarily a better pure quarterback than Lamar Jackson, but when it comes to respect in the NFL world, Joe Flacco has more respect than you, Lamar. You can't be shitting on former NFL players just because they didn't have you in the top 10 quarterbacks in a list where they had him at 11. So it's not like they were just like forgetting about him completely. They just didn't have him in the top 10.
Well, and here's the thing is, first of all, Lamar, stop wasting your time on this crap. Like, stop. You don't need – you're too good to be going after people on NFL Twitter. And look, first, this is the funny thing. First he's like, I don't even know who you are. I don't even know who you are, Bernard Pollard. And then later on, he's like showing clips of Bernard Pollard in the Super Bowl of when he missed the tackle and Michael Crabtree scored on him. And he's like, oh, I remember watching this as a kid and thinking, number 31, you suck. And I wanted to pop you in the face. Like, oh, now you know who he is? Bernard Pollard wasn't a great player, but to me, he sticks out. Like, when I heard his name, I was like, oh, I know who that is. Like, he's not a great player, but I know who he was.
Remember him.
He was a hard hitter. He bounced around team to team, but he did his thing. So Lamar Jackson knows who he is. He is a Super Bowl winner. He played for the Ravens, and Lamar Jackson's going, well, you only won the Super Bowl because of, these guys, Ray Lewis and all that. Hey, well, it don't matter who you have. Jimmy G has 2 Super Bowls, and everybody talks about it. Now, if you want to compare Lamar Jackson to Joe Flacco, according to everybody on TikTok, all the sports experts and the young kids on TikTok, Super Bowl rings is all that matters, right? Derek Carr is a horrible quarterback because he doesn't have what? Playoff wins or a Super Bowl. So Joe Flacco goes to the top. I think I told you and Tony this the other day, Mike. According to the young fans in the NFL world right now, the top 5 or top quarterbacks in the league the last couple of years, I wish I could pull it up right now, are like Nick Foles, who was it, Jimmy G. These are like the top guys. I wish I had that message.
Oh, the Super Bowl guys?
Yeah, of the last like 5 years.
Ice?
Yeah, Matt Ryan would have been 6 years ago in the Super Bowl. So anybody who's been, all right, here it is. So based on Super Bowl appearance, because that's what everybody says nowadays. It's all about Super Bowls. Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Jimmy G, Jared Goff, and Nick Foles are the top quarterbacks in the NFL right now because they're the only ones that have won playoff games and gone to the Super Bowl.
I'm waiting for these Nick Foles hot bomb stories to come out. That's got to be coming soon. Lamar is top 6, man. Look, like I said when we started this conversation, I put the disclaimer that I am a Lamar defender. I'm a huge fan of Lamar Jackson's game. I still think he's going to win a Super Bowl with the Ravens at some point, as long as he can get this extension done soon. But Lamar is not top 6. He's not top 6 because in order to be top 6, top 5, top 7, whatever it is, I have Lamar at 9, and that is as a huge fan of his. To get into that, you have to continually progress. And that is something that he hasn't done. From the MVP year till now, every year has been a little bit more disappointing. And it's not even Lamar's play. Lamar's improved as a quarterback, don't get me wrong. But the results of the season have been disappointing. You're not going to get into the top 6 like that. That's not how you do it.
And Mike, you, Tony, and myself have put out our top. We just put out our top 12 quarterbacks about a week ago, right? You guys can check that list out on the Warzone Sports Network Instagram page. You had Lamar at number 9. I had him at number 8. Tony had him at number 8. And we had a discussion about that. And I was like, I wanted to drop Lamar back a little bit more, but to me, I think he's a smart quarterback. He might people talk about his arm strength and all that stuff, and I think he likes to run a lot more, and he tries to run more than he should. But I think he's smart, and he knows when to get rid of the ball, and he knows who to hit. He just doesn't have either I don't know if it's the talented arm, or he doesn't have the talent around him. But I think he's smart enough as a quarterback, and that's why I left him in the top 8 or in the top 10, in my opinion. But this is something that you and I have been talking about, and you and I and Tony have been talking about, is there's a reason. And Bernard, this is how Bernard Pollard started his conversation. This is how he started the Twitter. He said that he doesn't think Lamar Jackson is a top 10 quarterback, but he also said that he believes that the Ravens need to pay the man. He needs to get paid. So he's saying that he's good enough to be the guy. So he was like kind of bashing him, but also backing him. And Lamar took it. Lamar Jackson is his own agent. Did you know that? He's his own. He reps himself. And I think he's making a huge mistake. But you and I and Tony and all three of us have talked about this before. There's a reason the Ravens haven't signed Lamar Jackson to a long-term deal. He's going into the last year of his deal. Why, Mike? Why haven't you signed this guy to a long-term deal? If he's the graded quarterback, he's a top 10 quarterback. He's whatever you feel he is, because he's your you can't tell me that you're starting this guy not thinking he's a top 10 quarterback, right? Or a top quarterback in the league, or else you'll already be looking somewhere else. So why haven't they reached out to Lamar Jackson and paid the man?
I wonder what his asking price is. I mean, that's the biggest thing. And me and Tony talking about his game. This is where me and Tony disagree. Tony wants him to work on his passing game, focus on his passing game to extend his career. I'm not going to talk too much about Tony versus me in this take, because Tony's not here to defend himself. But I think that what he needs to do is he needs to take like a 3-year, like super maxed out per year deal and run the football. Like lean into your strength. If it shortens your career on the tail end, that's one thing. And then you can try and adjust and become a passer then if you want to try it. But trying to become a pure passer when your best strength is running the football. Lamar Jackson's the most electric quarterback that's ever ran the football. And you try and force the pass too much. Now all of a sudden the Ravens are looking at your stats and going, well, yeah, you did have the MVP season, and if you would have done this every single season, you would be worth $50 million a year. But because we went to the pass game a lot last year, and even in the year after the MVP season, now that those numbers aren't there, the injuries are still there, despite him trying to pass the ball more. I think even in like the first game of the season last year, he threw the ball like 45 times. Hell nah, Lamar, that's not your game. Your game is to load the boxes up because you dominated them on the ground all game, and then pop Andrews over the top, pop Bateman over the top. Once they got them coming up to try and defend your run game, that's when you step back and throw the ball. Run the ball. Be MVP Lamar. That's what worked the best. And health comes into play there because he has been hurt the last couple of years. It was a freak injury last year with the ankle thing. Very weird injury. But, yeah, he's out here going wild on some random former player. And plenty, I promise you, Lamar, plenty of former players and fans have their opinions on that list. Some people agree. Some people disagree. Well, you don't have to fight them off.
You know, Mike, that I am not a big Lamar fan. You know I'm not. I put him in the top 8. I was reluctant to do that. I did it. But you and I talked about I don't see Lamar Jackson as a top. You know, I see him right now as a top quarterback because of his legs and his brains, right? But since that MVP season, and mind you, the MVP season. So Lamar Jackson's MVP season, where he threw 36 touchdowns. That's the only season, Mike, that he threw for over 3,000 yards passing. In a time where quarterbacks are throwing for 5,000 yards, he has one season that he threw for over 3,000, right? That was in an MVP season. And I brought this up to you the other day, and you kind of looked at me like I was dumb, and I just want to come over there and beat you up. But no, I'm just cool. I'm just going to let it go. But I told you last year, when did the Ravens fall apart last year? And you said when Lamar Jackson got hurt. I said no, when the defensive players started getting hurt, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens started going downhill because they were still winning some games. They were still in some games with with Huntley as a quarterback, right? They were still putting up points. They were still competitive, but they couldn't stop anybody. So going back to that MVP season, Mike, right? When he won that MVP, you know what the Ravens defense was ranked?
What? 1?
2.
Oh.
Then they were like number 7 the year after. Last year they dropped all the way down to 24. So in the 2 seasons that he had a great defense, he was winning ball games, he was throwing touchdowns, and then when it was all on his shoulders, couldn't get it done.
Well, last year they were like 6-2 or something, even with all his injuries with Lamar in. But the thing is of course it's going to help the stats to have a good defense for a quarterback, so you get the ball back a lot. The thing is, especially if he's going to demand this contract, if he demands this contract, the defense is going to be worse. It's just that simple. Look what's happening in Kansas City right now. They're out hauling. They're going young. They are switching out, all-time level players like Tyrann Mathieu and Tyreek Hill for Justin Reed and Sky Moore. That's what's going to happen when you demand that contract. That's why I'm very afraid of what Herbert's asking price is going to be. Pay it, because we're going to deal with it, because I trust Herbert to carry, but can Lamar carry on that level? That's the next question for him. If he's going to be able to do it, he's going to do it this year. It's very risky to go into this next year without a contract. That is how you end up, in Miami or somewhere else, not in Baltimore.
But and then Lamar Jackson, top 10 quarterback, not top 10 quarterbacks. We've never seen a quarterback like him and in his talent or the way that he plays translate for more than 10 years, for more than 6 years, right? We've never seen it, and that's kind of it's laying on the shoulders too of the Baltimore Ravens going, well, can you sustain this for a long time? Because no matter how fast Lamar Jackson is, or no matter how good his legs are, there comes a time where you're taking all these hits and your legs start to go out. We've seen it with running backs. Running backs don't last long in the NFL. Now you're putting a quarterback that's taking sacks, he's running and taking these big hits. I don't know. So I think part of Lamar Jackson says, I'm good enough where I'm going to prove myself and I'm going to make a big contract. I don't need to sign a contract right now. But I think the Ravens are sitting back there going, let's just see what happens. We'll see what happens with this guy. And if he takes a big hit, then we don't know nothing.
That's kind of the way it seems the Ravens are playing it. And that's the way Lamar's playing it, too. Lamar's playing it basically like, I'm going all in this year. All or nothing. Either I get a super max deal or I get nothing. Morris is talking about the Spencer Webb passing. Yeah, man, that was so sad to hear about this morning. Very tragic, man. We've seen a lot of tragedies in football. I
am an Oregon fan, so I've been reading about that all day. And it's.
I mean, he was going to come out, I guess, this year, and they were expecting him to really be a baller for them.
Yeah, good tight end.
Super sad. Sad. Inky saying Cowboys should trade a second-round pick for Deontay Dropson. How you gonna make fun of a guy and ask for him to trade for him in the same comment here, Inky?
Hey, there's no cap right there though. No,
Deontay's in a weird spot right now. He had his best year last year, and he's improved every single year. But now he's like on the fringe of being a really good receiver, but not elite. He wants the deal that these other guys are getting, but he's not gonna get it. The Steelers also have a bunch of receivers. What do? They're going to play it out. He's going to be a free agency guy, probably like a Corey Davis type of person.
Yeah. I mean, I had Deontay Johnson. I watched a lot of Steeler games because some of my family members are big Steeler fans. And I had Deontay Johnson on my fantasy team last year and watching this guy could take over the game, right? He'll be dominating the game. And then all of a sudden he'll make a big drop or he'll get hurt and he comes out of the game for 2 quarters and then he'll come back in the fourth quarter. It's like, I don't know how consistent he is. That's the thing that I'm watching. I mean, if you look at his stats, Mike, they're saying that his catch rate last year was 63%.
That's not good.
It's 63. So in his career, the percentage
is that 63 total or 63 on target? Like 63% of the passes that were catchable, or is it considering like
receptions divided by targets?
Okay, so some of those are uncatchable, so we won't like hit him too hard, but 63 is still low. I feel like I've seen guys as high as 85, 90% in that stat.
Yeah. So, and then you know how it is, but yeah, last year was his first Pro Bowl. So I don't know. I like him.
Yeah,
I like
he was
Deontay
an
Johnson,
alternate.
but is he a true number one wide receiver? Is he the same level as A.J. Brown and Deebo Samuel and Terry McLaurin? No, I think he's one step below them. He's good, great NFL wide receiver, but he's not that elite guy that I want to give $25 million to. But
he's on his way there. He's just not there yet.
But if the Dallas Cowboys want to pay him $25 million, go ahead and do it. Be them boys.
I don't think they will.
Make fun of you guys some more.
If CD is the guy that CD is, man, he is their guy. He's gonna freaking ball out. But he's a freaking Deontay. I mean, CD is too. But Deontay is a hell of a route runner. Hell of a route runner, man. He has some of the quickest breaks in the entire league when it comes to receiver position. But there's a lot more than just being a hell of a route runner, and that's the key. When you're a really good route runner, you got to polish the rest of your game, like your boy. Rookie year was a hell of a route runner. We all saw that. And then Renfro comes out when they need him, and he put it all together. That's what Deontay needs to do. Deontay had 1,000 yards last year, and he was a Pro Bowl alternate and got to play in the actual game itself. So he had a great year. But, yeah, he's asking for what, close to what Tyreek Hill and A.J. Brown went for. Not going to happen, man. Those guys are, like, locked top 12, top 15 wide receivers, and they've proven themselves already. He hasn't proved himself yet. No, not top 5. Is Joe Burrow top 5, Joe?
Not yet. He's on his way.
Yeah, he's got a chance to get there, but he's not top 5 yet.
What does it say?
He's another guy that's going to walk.
Cowboys ain't trading for no Deebo.
That's what I'm saying. Deebo's going to walk. I think the 49ers are going to play him out because they're basically like, I mean, after this year, how much more is he going to have left anyway? So we might as well just run him out into the ground.
Yeah. He's not going to sit out. Debo's not dumb. He's not going to sit out. He's not making big enough money to where he could sit out and do that like some of these players.
Yeah.
He's going to have to show up. How about them Cowboys? Get that out the screen.
He's going to walk out. Favorite player not on your favorite team? All right, Joe. Who's your favorite player not on your favorite team?
Favorite player not on my NFL team right now that I like to watch? I don't know, to be honest with you. I'm trying to think of a player.
I have so many.
It just depends. Like, you tell me, like, I can't pick one because, like, when the Raiders aren't playing, I'll be like, okay, I want to watch this game right now. I used to be able to just like name people off, but I've stopped doing that. I don't know. It depends on. I guess it depends on the week because, but it has like I love underdog players. I'll tell you that right now, Mike. Like one of the guys that I'm rooting for this season. One of the guys that I'm going to root for real hard this season, and I hope he pans out, and everybody's already throwing him against the wall, is Daniel Jones. I'm rooting for Daniel Jones this season, and I hope he comes out and he balls out for the New York Football Giants.
Yeah, I usually root for the guys that I put verbal and emotional backing into. But my favorite player that's not a Charger is Tom Brady, ever. And I wanted him to come to the Chargers, believe it or not. Then we wouldn't even have Herbert right now. But Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, I really enjoyed Jalen Ramsey, and going to camp and seeing him that close in person was a real treat because he was on that day. Yeah, all those guys. I'm becoming a Jamar Chase fan. I like Alvin Kamara's game. He's super dynamic. Wow, Morris is bringing up two of the guys right now. I got a lot of guys that I like.
Oh. Mike, Inky is just like you. Did you know that? We found this out. Tony and I found this out the other day. Inky told us that he was half Charger fan and half Cowboy fan.
Oh, no, I'm out on the Cowboys, Joe. You didn't hear? I'm on the Eagles now.
Where will Jimmy go? Jimmy's going to go to Cleveland.
Jalen Hurts. I love watching Jalen Hurts play. I just wish they can stop sailing balls.
I have drafted Keenan Allen in every mock draft Monday. Don't lie. I don't hate on Keenan. I've never hated on Keenan Allen. I'm not like Mike where I attack, other players. I do have an issue with Mike and the Los Angeles Charger fans and any fan base. And I was going to make a video about this, and I still can. Mike put a thing, and all these Charger fans now all of a sudden coming out and saying 3rd down and Keenan. Get that crap out of here. Stop trying to rip Raider fans off. We have all these people trying to say, first of all, we have the Raider Nation. Everybody's trying to take the nation away from the Raiders, and they're like, it's Jets Nation. It's Dolphins Nation. Come on, there's only one nation, the Raider Nation. Now we have all these people going, oh, that's a great name. Does Keenan Allen and his stats show that he's a great wide receiver on 3rd down? Yes. But have we ever heard 3rd and Keenan? Hell no. And then once you hear 3rd and Renfro, they're like, let's steal that nickname and put it right on our guy.
First of all, Keenan Allen is the one that said this first, not me. I was just echoing Keenan Allen's own message when he said that they call it 3rd and me. 3rd and me. That's my name. But I did also intentionally try and trigger the Raider Nation a little bit with that video, because the second I saw that story, I was like, they are gonna hate this. They are gonna hate this post. And I didn't mention Enter Renfro. I didn't give any allusion to it. And sure enough, go look at the comments of that video. It's just all about Hunter Renfro.
Because when I see that stuff too, when I see like if somebody said like, I know it's Steeler country, but like when other people say Cowboy Nation, or they have Steeler Nation, Raider, or Steeler country, Raider Nation, 49er Empire, right? So if I hear another team use those 3 names, especially like when I hear, oh, it's Rams Nation, or I don't know, whatever, I get pissed off. Like that's, to me, I'm like, there is no damn nation. Like there's only one nation, and it's everywhere. Everybody knows the Raider Nation. So I don't know, when there's a nickname put on somebody, I hate when somebody else tries to use it, and it just doesn't go for 3rd down and Renfro. It goes for all these other nicknames like that they give people like when they first get it, like Beast Mode. Beast Mode is Marshawn Lynch. You can't give Beast Mode to somebody else now and be like, oh, and then when I hear, oh, he's in Beast Mode, I'm like, don't use that no more, because that's Lynch and he's gone.
What about DK Megatron Metcalf?
No. No. They try to get with Claypool Mapletron or whatever.
Mapletron, yeah. We're a family. We're the Bolt family. Is that in the clear? I don't think there's any family.
That's good. That would be a great one, right? Like you want to be original, you want to come up with something else, and with the 26 fans that you guys have, you start saying that you are family, because when you have a small fan base like that, you can meet everybody.
Yeah, you get a lot closer, because at every single meet and greet, everyone goes.
Yeah, Chiefs Kingdom. I forgot about that one. Yeah, Chiefs Kingdom. That's a good one.
It's falling. It's falling. It's collapsing. I'm enjoying every moment.
But what's next? Mike's going to go and say Bolt Up Kingdom or Charger Kingdom? No, because then people are like, hell no, you're still in that now.
Not a big fan
of
that.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Another guy that I just thought about, and I'm really a big fan of him now. I don't know why, is DeAndre Swift, but it's something. But like I said, underdogs pull me in, Mike. The Detroit Lions. Somebody just asked if we have a second favorite team. I always root for the Detroit Lions ever since the Charlie Batch days when he's tearing it up on Thanksgiving. Inky, I got a story for you right now. Hold on. For the Charlie Batch days on Thanksgiving, the Detroit Lions. I'm rooting for the Detroit Lions this year too, and they're number one. Their number one offense. They're the highly paid offense this year is the Detroit Lions.
I saw that. That's very sad. Flock Nation. It's because
it's not Flock Nation. It's Ravens Flock.
It's Ravens Flock, right? Yeah, not Flock Nation. Keenan Allen over Renfro. I agree with Inky here. They're down.
Nobody's saying that Keenan Allen has been doing it longer, and he has been putting up stats. Good for him. But he never had the nickname.
I think I've heard it before, but it was like a long time ago. And
Mike, what about this one?
That's the thing.
Mike, okay, this is what you and I went to Rams camp last year, right?
We went to the Rams house.
You and I know what people say when they go, whose house? What do they
Rams
say?
House. Yeah.
Rams house.
Oh,
you and I are standing there, and we're going to training camp, and we're going to Rams training camp, and we're in line, and they have this announcement going, and they're saying they're staying and getting people pumped up, and then at the end of the announcement, it always ends. whose house? And then you're supposed to yell, Rams house. Not one Rams fan yelled Rams house. And you and I just looked at each other like, what the hell? We're not Rams fans, but we know what to say right here.
Yeah, at least those Chargers fans don't come up with chants not to chant.
Raider fans would just be walking and yell Raiders for no damn reason.
Bro, I hate it so much. I hate it. I've been at the gym and someone has recognized me from TikTok and come up to me and yell Raiders at me. Down the street, in my hometown, just at the gym hanging out, not expecting it, and they come and yell at me. If I go to anything with Chargers gear on and a Raiders fan sees me, they freaking yell. I remember the game we went to. I felt like I was in a never-ending echoing tunnel of just Raider. I hated it.
What do they say? Raiders.
That's it. All right. Don't put a sour taste in my mouth. All right. OBJ, too soon to say where OBJ is going to go. He's going to go to a team that needs a receiver in the middle of the season. But let's go to the last topic. Let's go to the last topic here, Jokes. I wanted to talk about it.
It's easy. He's going back to the Rams. He's going
probably. Most likely. Yeah, I think so too.
First of all, I want to say shout out to Albert Mari Quinn. Thanks for participating in Mock Draft Monday this week. If you want, I'll hit you up again if you want to do it again.
Nice. Mock Draft Monday. All right, last topic, Joe, and I want to get your opinion on this. So a report surfaced today, actually, that Sean Payton, former head coach of the New Orleans Saints, former Super Bowl winning head coach, partner with Drew Brees for that entire run that they went on in New Orleans, is planning on coming back to coaching. That he is not actually retired. Surprise, surprise. None of us are surprised. But he listed 3 teams that he would want to go and coach. And someone said something about being warm weather teams, but I think he's just kind of looking at the outlook, how big the franchises are, and where the teams are heading. The 3 teams he listed: the Los Angeles Chargers, he can forget about that because Brandon Staley's winning the Super Bowl this year. The Miami Dolphins, who currently have Mike McDaniels at head coach, and the Dallas Cowboys, who have Mike McCarthy, and I think that's got the most likely chance. But where do you think Sean Payton's going to be coaching in 2023?
Well, I mean, if you didn't give me the list and you just told me, I was going to say Dallas Cowboys because he has the history there. Jerry Jones pulling him back. They should have made him the head coach when old man was there. What's his name? Well, damn, I can't believe I'm blanking on the damn coach's name. He's Hall of Fame coach.
Jimmy Johnson? Wade
Phillips?
No.
When damn it. Come on, guys. Help me out in the chat. Hall of Fame coach, New York Giants.
Oh, the Giants. Bill Parcells?
Bill Parcells. Ooh.
I thought you were talking about the Cowboys. My bad.
Yeah, should have been the head coach then. He didn't. He went on to the New Orleans. I don't know. The Miami thing is, I don't know. Is that head coach gonna hang out? Brandon Staley. What if the Chargers disappoint you Mike this year? What if they disappoint you this year? Will you want a new head coach? You don't know. But I don't know. I think Sean Payton's a little bit overrated in my opinion.
First of all, I think Sean Payton is not overrated because they didn't win the Super Bowls. I know they won only the one Super Bowl, and they definitely, not probably, they definitely should have won at least one more because they were there in the freaking show every single year for like 12 years in a row, and they could not get to the Super Bowl again. I will say that it's a little bit of a disappointment, but I would want Sean Payton. I would if something goes wrong this season, but we're talking an extreme hypothetical situation. Yeah. But the reason I would want Sean Payton is because he's a system coach. And when I say system coach, I mean like Bill Belichick. He builds a system that stays in place basically forever until he's gone, and long gone too. And that's what a team like the Chargers, who have never had structure, need. The last time we had structure was Marty Schottenheimer, and we freaking were insanely good. The Chargers need that structure. So I would actually be cool with Sean Payton at head coach. But I believe in Staley Foley. I'm in on Staley Foley. But if we have to go to Sean Payton at head coach, Staley at defensive coordinator, I'm okay with that. I mean,
hey, what about Kevin James coaching? Because did you ever watch that movie, the Sean Payton movie?
I haven't watched it. I still think it's ridiculous that is the person they casted to play him.
And I don't know if it's a comedy or it's supposed to be serious.
I think it's like half and half.
It shows what Sean Payton did when he was suspended, and I don't know. Maybe they were okay. Take it back. They were one hit away, one bad pass interference call from going to another Super Bowl. One of the worst pass interferences that we've ever seen and not called. And I'll take that. But I don't know. I just have a little sour taste in my mouth from the way that Sean Payton and the New Orleans broke up. I feel that he saw that Drew Brees was gone, and he saw that he left the team in shambles, bad salary cap, no quarterback, and he was like, peace out, have fun. Mm-hmm. And to me, that's not what a Hall of Fame coach does. A Hall of Fame coach would have been like, I'm going to go and I'm going to win with what I got. And it just seems like that he was like, bye. Like, this team is crap. You guys have it and take off.
Well, I think it is because, and we could tie a bow from the beginning of the show, I think it's because he wanted to go to Miami. So he was like, I just need to get the fuck out of here right now.
Yeah, but why? He goes, I don't want Winston. Sean Payton, from all accounts, is the one that picked Taysom Hill. Yeah. And that's the guy that they're paying that dude so much money in New Orleans to be slash whatever the hell he plays, and he's not the future. And everybody knew he's not the future. Everybody knew he's not a quarterback or going to be the quarterback of the future. But for Sean Payton tied a bow around him, put him on the field every time. And then when it was time for that guy to shine and be the guy, he's like, deuces.
Yeah, that's why I want him to go to Dallas. Dallas has the building blocks for him to kind of start from scratch and where he started with New Orleans and what he built with New Orleans. I like Mike Tomlin better than Peyton also. But what happened in New Orleans, Dallas has the building blocks offensively to kind of replicate what he did with them. They got CD out wide. That can be your Michael Thomas or your who they had? They had Marquise Colston. You got CeeDee Lamb out wide. You got a nice solid O-line. It doesn't matter who the running back is. He could find his running back. If he wants to be Tony Pollard, be Tony Pollard or be someone else. And then you got the quarterback that is – you can say what you want to say about Dak. Can he stand in the pocket and deliver passes down the field accurately? That's kind of his strength. Maybe he's not the best under pressure, especially pressure in the fourth quarter and the games in the line. I think that gets to his head a little bit sometimes. But can Sean Payton help Dak Prescott's career? Hell yes. As a matter of fact, I think that he would elevate Dak Prescott to a better quarterback than he is now. So I do want him to go to the Cowboys. That's where I want him to go as well, Joe. And I think that's where he will end up because that makes the most sense. Jerry Jones is willing to pay the money. And it would be good for the Cowboys. It would, because coaching, in my opinion, has held that team back. They've been really talented, since the Tony Romo teams.
Yeah. Hey, Brandon, I'll get to you right now, Brandon. We'll answer that question in just a few seconds. I just want to say something about this comment on the screen that says Mike Tomlin. Tony, I agree. I love Mike Tomlin. And I have Mike Tomlin as my third best coach in the NFL right now. I still put Belichick and I still put Andy Reid up there at the top. And then I put Mike Tomlin right behind him. Mike Tomlin and what he's done in Pittsburgh. And the Steeler fans don't know what they have. They're like Mike Tomlin. Like there was a couple, what was it? Like when they missed the playoffs was last year when they were calling for his head. And you're like, this dude does nothing but win for you. And they're like, well, all he does is take us to the playoffs. You know the last time the Raiders were in the playoffs? Come on.
Spoiled. Those are spoiled fans.
All he does is take us to the playoffs, Mike. That's all he does.
Every year. And he only had like a 10-year run where the Steelers were competing for the AFC Championship every year. With different receivers. He had the same quarterback.
With Duck Hodges.
That was impressive to me. And that is what has me like slightly like scared to call the Steelers having a bad season this year. Because if he did that with Duck Hodges and even Mason Rudolph at times, and who else was there? Joshua Dobbs, Mike Vick for a couple games, like old ass Mike Vick.
And he's the only coach that controlled Antonio Brown.
To an extent, yeah. He did. He couldn't control him enough to keep him in town so that way they can try and win. I did a video the other day and I was doing some investigating. The Steelers would have won a Super Bowl with that group again if Tom Brady wasn't in existence.
If you go back,
it was so good. They had a good defense too.
Look at the Mike Tomlin era, Mike, and you pull some of the news stories that have hit the Steelers at that time and that could have been bad for the Steelers. Mike Tomlin, every time there's a press conference after something bad that happens, he keeps his cool, his calm, and he deflects it, and he takes the blame or he shuts it down real quick, and they have nowhere to go with it. That's I don't know. Mike Tomlin's a leader, and that's what makes him a great coach. And then that was my thing. Like, if you want to get rid of him, I'll take him on my team any day.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams will take him. A lot of teams will take him. He would be the hottest coach on the market if he left Pittsburgh, but he probably won't leave Pittsburgh.
No, I don't see it.
Because you even asked him, like, if there's any interest in moving to the college ranks, and he basically laughed at them. Like, what? You crazy? Why would I leave here? I'm in the best league in the world, the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach, and I'm a legend now. Like, why would I ever leave?
And the Steelers don't get rid of coaches. They don't.
And he is so young still. He can do so much more in his coaching career. Like, if he gets another quarterback, maybe it's not Kenny Pickett, but let's say we work on Kenny Pickett for 3 years and move on to the next guy, and the next guy he gets is elite. Like, could he win more Super Bowls? Yes. He still has plenty of time in his coaching career if he coaches into his old age like most coaches do. He's going to be an all-timer. He already is an all-timer, but he's going to be a real all-timer.
Since 1969, Mike, the Steelers have had 3 coaches.
That's insane. What is it? Is it Bill? And who was the coach of the Lynn Swan teams?
Chuck Noll.
Chuck Noll. I couldn't remember the name. That's the one right there.
So
Chuck Noll,
Cowher, and Toll and Chuck Noll have been the 3 coaches since 1969. They've all won Super Bowls.
What a history! Multiple Super Bowls.
Yeah. So they've all been there. All right. So last thing, NFL Mike is better than Mike. I don't know what depends on what Mike. Michael Jordan?
Yes.
I don't know.
You want to talk about Michael Jordan? The first name I think of when I think of the name Michael Jordan is a different this guy. Okay.
Well, then what we'll do is we'll have to do a show where we just sit here and we say, is NFL Mike better than this Mike? And we just go through every Mike. I'll pull a phone book out and we'll just go.
I made an all Mike roster, like an all NFL players named Mike roster. We could go off of that.
Yeah, I'll just call people named Mike and be like, hey, is NFL Mike better than you? And then we'll see what they say.
Or maybe I could do an all Mike roster and see like how many NFL teams my all Mike roster can beat. The only problem is my quarterback is Mike Glennon, so I'm gonna have some trouble.
Well, I thought you had Mike White. He's not there no more.
Mike White's better than Mike Glennon, huh? I should put Mike White on the quarterback spot. I think I did have Mike White.
All right. Speaking about White, have you seen the Bengals white helmets that came out today?
Yeah, I honestly am not the biggest fan of the all-white Bengals uniforms, but everyone on the internet loves that uniform, so I'm going to give it to them, and I'm not going to say anything.
I was going to say basura.
I don't think it's that bad, but everyone's talking about it like it's like the new hottest uniform in the NFL. I think it's going to just look a lot like the Cowboys color rush uniforms.
Yeah, it's trash.
Or what other team? The Saints wear an all-white uniform. The Chargers have one, but it's not the same. The Chargers has like a lot of blue on it, and they have an all-white uniform though. White helmet, white jerseys, white everything. Like we've seen this before. This is not a new color scheme. It's just that the Bengals have stripes on there, so they look cooler for some reason.
Basically, all they want to do is sell more stuff. And right now, the Bengals have so many fan base has lit up because they went to the Super Bowl, and they're making a profit off whatever they can. They're going to throw Bengals on every single thing right now while you're out there still buying Bengal stuff, and that's all that matters.
What they could have done is they could have done the black pants with the white and black jersey with the orange outline on the lettering, and then black helmets with white stripes. That would be
Mike's video coming up.
Yep, that's coming up next.
This is what the Bengals – I don't like it, but this is what the Bengals should have done.
Nah, I'm not going to rain on anyone's parade. Everyone loves those jerseys. You can have them. Yeah, see, look, even Inky agreed. Maybe more people agree with us than we thought. I thought I was super in the minority in this opinion, honestly.
No, I don't. I saw it this morning, and I saw their like thing yesterday that said, be ready for our press conference tomorrow. And I was like, oh. And then I saw it, and I was like, nope.
I was hoping that they were going to announce that they're trading Jamar Chase to the Jets. Get the Jets a damn receiver, would ya? The Bengals got plenty. Fuck.
Yeah. All right. We got to end this, Mike. We got stuff to do.
Let's wrap it. Thank you guys. Had a great conversation, Joe. Had a great time. Thank everyone in the chat. Inky, shout out. Brandon, shout out. Albert, shout out. Who was else? 99 Morris, shout out. Alex, shout out. Shout out to all you guys. Appreciate you guys.
With Nuts and Bolts.
Oh, Nuts and Bolts. That's Tony Tucker. Shout out. Make sure you guys.
99 Morris. All you guys.
before you guys go, make sure you like the video. That helps us out a ton in the algorithm. Make sure you subscribe to this channel with notifications on. We have some renovations coming. They're still in the works. So be prepared for a little bit of a rebrand of the channel coming up here soon. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. For example, today, me and Joe, we started talking about this live at about 2 p.m. today. So we do this a lot where we realize that we're both free. We hop on, we go live, we talk. And if you have notifications on, it'll tell you the second that we go live. It's going to notify you, hey, the Warzone Sports guys or Mike and Joe are live right now. So make sure you have notifications on. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Joe, anything last to close?
I just want to say Raiders just to